In the past, when reading, people relied on paper books heavily. However, now there are lots of resources online. Since 2007, Amazon has been selling Kindles and ebooks. It seems that compared with traditional reading, more and more people prefer reading their electronic devices. So, in the future, will ebooks replace paper books? People have different views. Some prefer paper books, while some prefer ebooks.
I like to do a mixture of both, actually. I like to have paper books because of the pleasure of turning the page, but I also I do read ebooks as well, so I'd like to keep a balance of both.
Obviously paper books. I mean, there's nothing that goes above having a page in front of you and smelling the book, and it's just so much better than ebooks, really. I can't do that.
I read paper books. Yeah. It's having something with you. You know, it's sort of tangible, if you like.
Paper books, because I like having it in my hand. I like holding them and it's more realistic feel.
As for the future, most people think they will continue to exist side by side.
I sincerely hope not. And if it is going to do that, then I will only go to antique shops and get actual books in my hand.
No, I don't think so. I think people get a lot of pleasure out of a book, a solid object, and the pleasure of turning the page. So I don't think that one will get rid of the other. I think there's a place for both.
But others think the days of paper books are numbered.
Maybe, because people are evolving and they want more technology.
Oh, I think they will. They definitely will. Technology's improving all the time. That's the reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I think ebook will definitely replace the paper book because more people, go online rather than just read a book and stuff. So yeah, 100%.
Of course, bookshop workers have their own views. Many think paper books are still in the mainstream.
When we started the bookshop 6 years ago, ebooks were just starting to happen, and I think they had their peak, and they've come back down a little bit, and people are starting to sort of rediscover books, and they kind of exist together. I don't think one will take over the other. I think that both will exist together. Well, I mean, maybe we thought about it before, but I think they kind of are good kept separate. I mean, Waterstones used to sell them, and they've stopped selling them now because they realised that they didn't need to, So I think they each have their place, but sort of separately.
Yeah, we used to sell Kindles and Kindle accessories, and we stopped a year ago. And just because they weren't done through us, it just made it quite difficult to kind of restock them and so on. We get a lot of customers who come in and they say that they just love having actual books. And I know for one, I don't have a Kindle. I just like having actual books. And I think Kindles are very useful and e-readers are very useful for travelling and so on. But I think there's something about actual books. I mean, for example, the art books behind you, you can't get Kindle version of those. You can't get big art books like that. And I think maybe one day, very far in the future, there may mainly be ebooks. But I think paper books are going to stay around for a while, or I hope they will anyway.
Whatever happens in the long term, it looks as if paper books will be around for some time yet.